Hey guys, it's Eric.
This is Glenda.
We are D&D Miniature and Board Game. So tonight, we're going to unbox U-BOOT.
Eric's another most anticipated game.
Now, one thing most people know about me is I'm not a really big fan of app-driven games. And to tell you the truth, when I originally backed this, I didn't even notice it was an app-driven until about halfway through the campaign. But it interested me so much that I went ahead with it anyways. When you guys see this, you're going to be interested because in here is a 3D render of a U-boat once it's put together. And you actually, that's where you play the game on, is on this 3D render. And yes, we'll have close-ups of the 3D render.
Why are you rushing, Eric? It's okay, you can open it. Calm down. You're like, catch your breath. You're gonna see it. I know it's a U-boat, but it's B-O-O-T, U-BOOT.
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 Wow.
It's all over the place, isn't it?
It's like kind of thrown in.
Well, let's see that. And again, we're reminding everybody we're unboxing.
Let's look at the rule book first.
And we'll see what's in it, how it's all
pretty hefty
put
rule
together.
Book.
Well, isn't the game, it's not a simple game?
The pages are really thick too.
Well, is the game simple? I don't think so.
No, you're basically manning a U-boat in World War II, and all the things that can go wrong will probably go wrong.
It's like a Widowmaker. U-BOOT.
Das Boot.
Yeah, that's what it is. Das Boot.
Seems like the pages want to stick together.
They have those glossy paper. But you know, they chose white as a paper, and I like that. It's kind of calmer to the eyes.
Might actually be able to read it.
We'll be able to read it. Is it well illustrated? Looks like it.
Illustrations, but
yeah, there's
it's
a lot of explanation,
very in depth.
Looks like it.
All right,
So that's how it was like put together, huh?
Yeah, it's just kind of thrown in here too.
Wow, we'll see.
Really like that. I don't really like, but
it bounces that way.
You got a tactical guide. So you got a rule book and a tactical guide. Welcome to the fact, Glenda, there are no pictures in the tactical guide.
Well, it's a tactical guide. It's, like you said, it's in-depth.
All right.
A lot of explanation and instructions, I guess. Whatever
you have maps, and you can photocopy these as you need to. These are for, and you'll see it later on, measurement tools, and you can track where you are, and I believe where ships are and things like that. And
I believe just what the map is for.
You have the Enigma code sheet, which you will probably do.
Wow, that's cool.
Enigma code sheet, identification sheet, so you can identify. Well, let's just take this piece of paper off.
Say it, Eric. What's that?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so you do have the Enigma codes. And you have an identification sheet, so you can identify different ships, different coastal vessels. You have 2 identification sheets, and you have a captain's logs.
Captain's log.
So, all right. You have the captain, the first officer, navigator, and chief engineer. And they are 2-sided. One side gives you kind of like a quick reference what everything is, and then the other side is your turn orders and such. So, folks, everything was just kind of thrown in here.
Did you show that to them?
I don't know if this is because it's the way the stretch goals are or what, but
it looks like they're mad about it. They just tossed everything.
It is. It's like they just tossed everything in. Even
the dogs.
even the dog isn't
not
happy about
it.
this. Alright, let's put the cards off to the side for a
Let's
second.
organize the unorganized box because it's bothering Eric's.
It is. Alright. So. These. Some have player boards.
You know what? Where is that guide that we can see what the components are?
Right there. And another player board. There they are, right there.
Player board. Cool. Player panels.
Player panels.
That's the right term. It's the panel. So you should have 4 of those.
Okay. Some more cards just kind of thrown in here.
So each player uses a panel to track their resources and sailor status.
Alright, so now I opted for the I got the wow, things are just like popped out all over the place too.
Folks, you're seeing it first time.
There's a part of the sub.
Oh, there's a part of the sub.
Alright, so these are part of your navigation gauges. Obviously you have a pencil to track on your tracking sheets. And this is, what are those?
What are those? Those are called the crew tiles.
Okay.
They're placed on the player panels.
They are two-sided. They're the crew tiles.
They contain geometrical symbols for each sailor as well as their specialization icon. Captain and first officer and navigator and chief
4 cards.
engineer.
Okay, so here's the things to put your navigational dials together. Alright. So we have a token sheet. We also have for charting.
Charting.
And tokens. There are two-sided tokens. And we have another sheet here of tokens.
Okay, you have the technical tokens, the environmental condition tokens, technical condition tokens. And more tokens.
And more cards just strewn about.
So,
And now we come down to parts of the submarine. So it looks like it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. About 17 parts to the sub. I hope so. After all, this is just kind of.
so what are we missing on this box?
Nothing. We
Are
haven't
you
gotten
sure?
to everything. I
No,
think
the
we got everything.
separator for every part that's in it. You know, that
There's no
favorite-
separator.
favorite thing that, you know.
Well, that's where plastic baggies come in handy. Alright, so some of the stretch goals that we got for the game. And obviously, folks, yes, you'll see the up-close personal of all this here. So you have the convoys and the different ships, submarine, transports, and such. And such. So you want to look these up?
Are they the sailors? You know, like we said, Eric likes to buy. Now. Alright, those are the plastic order tokens.
These are the plastic order tokens?
The captain uses these two tokens to pay for orders on their player panel.
And obviously we have the plastic conning tower and the 2 guns that were part of the stretch goals that go on the sub once the sub is built. And these you guys will see on the submarine itself. When I put the sub together, I do the shot of the sub. You guys will get to see this really well as well. The other things, obviously, I'll do the 360s on. Now, each player gets an assortment of figures as well. And I believe everybody gets a different color. There is green, blue, white, and brown, signifying a 4-person, 4 players that can play this. And each one of their bases has different shapes.
So, white is the captain, blue is the first order, green is the navigator, brown is the chief engineer.
Okay.
Those are the sailor figures.
Now you guys know normally we go through the cards a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, with the disarray of how this stuff was kind of in my box, I'm gonna do a quick flick through, but I'm not gonna go too in depth, just so you guys can see a little bit of them. Because honestly, they weren't really in here very well.
Okay, what's it? Gaham? Jaham? Those are the cards. So, cards with positive and negative events for the crew. And the one with the coffee looking one. Cards with the negative effects caused by the deteriorating morale of the crew.
And what's the one with the watch on it?
And the one with the watch is that's the positive and negative events.
Okay.
Good and bad. Good and bad. The one with the lightning or arrow or lightning arrow. Cards with health problems, which might occur when the sailors are exposed to dangerous situations.
I'm just
Wow.
not extremely thrilled about the way these were just kind of thrown in there.
It's like the game that you bought from Goodwill.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Thrown in the box. And
So what's the firearm?
okay, so let me see how the firearm. Yes, folks, I'm looking for it and I cannot find it. And still looking for it. They got. You'd think it would be with the cards. And probably it is. Anyhow.
Don't worry about it. By the time you find it,
Yeah,
we'll be...
you're already done.
And then there's these things. I think these are just events.
What's up the side?
Yeah, they're different. Well, no, they're the same. Well, some have different symbols on them. See, this has electrical. This has, I think it's the gas symbol.
Okay, so probably you have cards with use. You had you had a bunch of cards.
I'll tell you what.
I can't pinpoint from the components here, but
before we lose these little bits here, the ships. The ships are small. I mean, they don't have to be really big. They're just on a tracking anyways.
oh, I guess it's also a morale card, the one with the gun.
All right, so
During the setup, you can see it.
that's what comes in the base game. So one of the things that I got was the deluxe plotting tools. So instead of
Using
cardboard,
the cardboard.
we get wooden plotting tools.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually
Let me see.
this was actually part of getting the deluxe all-in set, because I wanted this. This is the deluxe that takes the place of all the counters.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is on the inside. On the inside we have obviously the periscope
That's a periscope.
and we have like the torpedo tubes. I think one was quarters, the engine room, the radio room. I think the captain's quarters.
It's the captain's quarters. Ooh.
So you got those for the interior of the ship, but you also got
So this is the optional one, or
this is optional, and then you got these. You're not gonna find them in there.
Yeah, I know. As you said, they're the
Yeah. But these were just the extra resin pack, so that you could replace a lot of the counters with plastics. Now, obviously, these are pretty easy. Like you have 3 for fire. I don't know what the blue one was for, but it's different things. Broken equipment. I think the green was gas, if I remember correctly, and white's electrical. So that on the ship, when you're looking at it from the side, you have it in there. You can see it easier than seeing the counter laying right on the ground. Now, obviously, folks, you're seeing 360-degree views of most of the stuff that we've shown you. And hopefully by now you've seen the sub. I'm putting a hope out there that the sub's put together and you guys are seeing it and I have all the parts.
Yeah, they're seeing it. They're seeing it right now.
Is it right there?
It's right there.
Is it there?
It looks
might
good.
be there, folks.
It's pretty long.
Might be below. But as always, guys, remember this one, you do need the app. So you'll need to download it to either an iPad, a phone, or a laptop if you have one available to be able to play this game. I believe they still have the beta up. I don't think they've gotten the final app out, but I'm not completely positive because I really, tell you the truth, I wasn't paying a lot of attention to the last few updates.
How long ago was this?
Why do you always ask me that question?
I just wanted to know. We unboxed, people
I don't know.
see it.
Maybe maybe a year and a half.
You know what?
I don't remember it being that late,
this.
so.
Okay.
I do believe, though, from the comment sections, we may have been some of the first people in the United States to get it because there was some shipping problems with this one.
Oh, the U-boot didn't make it on time.
Das Boot!
Well, it made it on time here in the U.S., so we're thrilled.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. As always, support your local gaming. We support
Discovery Games, Fayetteville, Georgia.
Game on, guys.
Game on.